Yeah, welcome to this session where we are going to be looking at how to navigate from one page to the other using link, and we also consider images in this session too as time permits. Now, there might be times when you need to move from one page to the other. Okay, we are moving from the home page to the about us page. So we see how you can link two or more pages together and you can navigate between the two using HTML. So what I just want us to do now is we're going to create, we have the index.html file already, and I want us to create an about page. So let's just call this about.html. This let's bootstrap something. Let's call it about us. About us. Let's save this. Now I can just have my heading one here and just call it about page, or let me just call it about us. So now let me go back to the home page. In this home page, I want to navigate from the home page to the about us page. How do I do that? I'm going to be using a particular tag called a tag, and that is called a link, for you to link from one page to the other. So I'm going to be having the a tag. So when you press tab, you see that you have a property called href. This href is the location where you want the link to take you to. Now, in this case, I want to go to the about.html. I want to go to the about.html page. Now, what should the user see in order for them to be able to say, okay, this is the idea of where the link should take me to? You as a developer know that this is where the user will be taken to. But now, the user should have a description of, if they click this particular link, then this is the idea of where I'll be going to. So let me just call it about us. So that means if the user here now, this is user see the link of, okay, this about us. So that means if I click this link, it will take me to the about us page. Now the about us page, now let's say I want to go back to the home page. I'll just do the same thing. My a tag, I will have my href, and here I'm going back to the home page. Or what I can say, for you to know that the home page is default page, I can just say go to the default page. Go to the default page. Let me just say this current page. I want to go to this current page, and I'll just give it a say that home. So if I save, so if I click on this, it's going to take me back to the home page, and from there I can also go back to the about us page. And you can also navigate to a particular section of a page. So let's say I in the on the about us page, let's just say I have section, and here I have like theorem 50, rapid using Alt Z. So let me just say I have a good number of it. Don't forget Alt Shift, just duplicate. Now if I save now, you see that, oh, how do I differentiate this? Okay, let me just add some break. Let me Ctrl Z this, and let me just add some break, line break, so that I can see the difference. I duplicate again and I save. Now I have some space now. Now to move forward, now let me just call this last section the last one, because I want to take me to the last one. So let me just call this last section ID, the unique identifier. Let me just say last section. So, and that way you can work with your href, is that you can decide, okay, when you get to this about page, don't just take me to the about page, take me to this particular section instead of the main. It will take you to the page itself, but I want to navigate to that section with the ID. So this hash sign is used to tell the tell HTML that you're looking for of last last session. If I save now, I go back to my home page. And if I go back to the about us page now, you see that instead of it to come to the head, to the top, it goes to the last session, because I indicated that it should go to the ID with the session of with with this to the session of that has the ID to be last session. So that is that about linking from one page to the other. Another thing is that you can decide to open the link in a new tab. So let's say you want to go to google.com for example, and you don't want the user to leave your page when you want, but you still want them to visit google.com. All you just need to do is just define a property called target and you call it blank. So if you save it now and you come back to your home page, now these have a link to Google. Now if they click on it, you notice that you notice, okay, yeah, can't get image, okay. Now let's just define a right link. I put it, so save it now, come back. You can see now that it takes me to google.com but in a new tab, so that the user will not have to leave your page in order to visit another page. So another thing you can do is that you can also embed image on your web page. Apart from the fact that you can link from one page to the other, you can also embed image. And to work with image in HTML, you use the tag called img, which has different properties like source. This source is the location of your image. If you look at it now, that I have a particular image here, empire.jpg, in the same root folder that I have in that I have my file. So all I just need to do is, where is the source is just the location of the image that you want to display. So I'll just say check the current source. This dot slash means that the current source, and you look for your image, or you can decide to write it out if you are sure of the name. In case you don't have the intelligence, you can just write it, but if you don't have the intelligence, just press Ctrl space so that the intelligence can come up dot jpg and you have it. So this auth is sometimes the user can have a very slow network or bad network and the image is not loading. What should be the text that should be displayed on the page in case the user doesn't have the image loaded for them? So just say okay, just write something that will give the idea, that will give idea to the user of what the image is all about. So I just call it empire image, for example. Now if I save it now, you see the image on the web page, but you see that it's very big. Of course, if I decide to enlarge my screen, okay, now you see that it's still extremely very big. So now what I want us to do now is, okay, I want us to maybe reduce the size, and with that we can have width. The width, let's say 100. This 100, if you don't put units, it means 100 pixel. So I also have height of maybe 100 pixel too. So I save, I go and check my image now, see that the size has reduced. So you can decide to also increase the size or reduce the size as the case might be, and as it might meet your requirement or what you need it for. So let me just close this. So now, okay, I have the image, so I can decide to make it 500, width to 500, and eyes to be also 500. So just make sure that your image look nice and it's fitting to where you want to put it into. So that is that about image and link.